Critical Role and Darrington Press are gunning for D&D's market share as the once undisputed king of TTRPGs struggles to keep its head above water.
Please, don't do this.
Before we dive into how Darrington Press has clearly shifted into full TTRPG publisher mode, why not take a second to hit those like and subscribe buttons to help us keep videos like this one coming? And then, let's talk some Daggerheart dominance. At Gen Con this year, Critical Role's Campaign 4 announcement and Daggerheart panel made one thing very, very clear. Darrington Press is now a full-on TTRPG publishing company, and they are gunning for D&D's market share hard. Not only have they poached the two biggest names from D&D to now act as game director and creative director for Darrington Press, Jeremy Crawford and Chris Perkins respectively, but it was also revealed that the creator of Eberron, one of the most popular D&D settings that was supposed to return for D&D 2024 until a massive production error delayed its release by months, has now joined up with Daggerheart as well, as Keith Baker has revealed he is working on a secret setting for the Critical Role TTRPG alongside his wife and fellow designer Jen Ellis. But poaching the industry's top talent is just the start, as Crawford, Perkins, and the Critical Role team have taken some serious pages out of D&D's playbook to use against them, as they revealed at Gen Con this year. First off, Darrington is releasing a new Kickstarter this September to push their new class packs, which provide all the cards you need to play a specific class in Daggerheart without having to have access to the entire core set. If that sounds familiar, it's because D&D tried to do something similar years ago with their own class packs, although those were less complete and focused mainly on class abilities and spells, whereas the Daggerheart version also includes all the background and ancestry cards you could possibly use, meaning if you weren't lucky enough to get your hands on a core set yet, you can still pick your class, grab a class pack, and be good to go. And whereas D&D has been stuck using the cast of Baldur's Gate 3 in their actual plays and streams to push everything from the failed launch of Project Sigil to the 2024 rule set, Critical Role and Darrington Press are going one further by enlisting the biggest names in the world of actual plays to push their Daggerheart system in a ton of new collab streams announced on the Gen Con Daggerheart panel. Legends of Evantris, the second biggest actual play on all of YouTube, and Dungeon Daddies, the biggest actual play on all of Patreon, will be collabing with Critical Role to run Daggerheart actual plays in the coming months and push that brand even further with brand new audiences. And while D&D Beyond may have a somewhat clunky interface for adding certain homebrewed elements to your D&D character or campaign, Daggerheart has released a free download of their homebrew kit online, which is a much more in-depth guide to show you how to homebrew everything from classes to ancestries and even campaign frames that is aimed both at individual players and third-party publishers, once again kind of one-upping what D&D has to offer. And Daggerheart is also following in D&D's footsteps with several new licensing deals for amazing new dice from Dispel Dice, Botch Dice, and Misty Mountain Gaming, as well as having their ancestries added as buildable options in the popular Hero Forge mini creator software and website, as they once again spread their brand into areas previously dominated only by D&D. Now add in that Chris Perkins is working on a full-fledged adventure module, and Jeremy Crawford is working on a full-on campaign setting that sounds a lot like some kind of Nine Hells inspired setting. And basically, Darrington Press has clearly morphed into a full-on TTRPG publisher who is using every successful idea D&D's had in the last decade and cranking it up a notch to take dead aim at that D&D market share in a time where the iconic Dungeons & Dragons brand is weaker than it ever has been in modern memory. So don't be shocked if you see even more big-name creators and publishers jumping ship from D&D to Daggerheart, as Critical Role has shown they will not spare any expense to put out a constant stream of high-quality Daggerheart books, accessories, and content in a way that D&D can only envy at this point, after a year of sparse releases and major setbacks. So what do you think? Is Daggerheart suddenly poised to start taking big chunks out of D&D's market share? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.